Hi, boys and girls. Maybe you have to think back, or if you can think back to 9 months ago when I bought my repair layer upgrade, and I did a video on it. Here's just a reminder. So now I've gone for an upgrade. Just bought this yesterday. I haven't had a chance to open it up yet, but it's another Harbor Freight compressor. The little one is only a 3-gallon. This is 6, so I can pump it up and not have to worry about keep running. It's supposedly quieter than the little one. It's a lot more money. This was $150, but I think it'll be small enough to fit underneath my bench like I had the other one. And it's even got 2 outlets here, whereas the other one just had 1. And it's not really that heavy. So. Well, 9 months later, things aren't quite so peachy as they were when I first got it. Let me do a review. When I bought the air compressor, I bought a better one. Harbor Freight was touting that this was commercial grade, so I'm thinking, okay, well, I had that little pancake hot dog, $40 compressor. I got 6 years out of it, and I was fine with it. So it was a $40 air compressor. Well, this one I bought 9 months ago, and I paid $150 plus tax for it. So what I did was I was running this just yesterday, actually. I was down here, and what I used that compressor for is like blowing dust out of a radio or something like that, just to kind of like a cheap and easy quick duster, And I went to plug it in, and it was pumping up, and usually pumps up to about 110 pounds and stops. Well, it was probably about halfway there, and then all of a sudden, it just went boom, just like you just heard a bang, and then all of a sudden, it just made this large racket. Well, here's what it looks like now. All right, I have the top off of it here on my radio repair bench. Now I have an air compressor. And this little arm right here, if you look inside, it goes into, here's the actual piston where it actually pumps up the air. But there's just one problem. The problem is that this piston is supposed to be up against this pulley here, and it actually spins with this pulley. So what attaches this is a bolt. And here, let me show you put the bolt down so you can see it. And here's the 2 halves of the bolt. And it's a metric bolt, by the way. It's an M10. And I had a drill. I found it, I got this off, and I said, oh, well, that's what broke. So then I had to drill a hole into this, and I went in here, went easy out, and I was able to get it out of the threaded end right there. Now, I already bought parts to put this back together and get it going, but here's what's really disturbing about this whole situation. I'm going to get this working, and who knows, it'll probably last another 9 months when it might break again. I don't know. But I know that this time, if it breaks, I know that I'm the one that did it. But here's the thing. I paid $150 for this thing, and when I'm talking to the guy, I called him up. I called up Harbor Freight yesterday. Now, today is Tuesday the 15th. So I called him Monday, and it was about 7 o'clock. And I told the guy what happened, and I said, well, it's about 9 months old. He says, well, did you get the extended warranty? And I said, well, for $150, aren't you guys going to do anything? And he goes, nope, you're really on your own. I said, well, I've got a YouTube channel, and I can just, very easily show the carnage. And he just told me, yep, go ahead, have at it. So, basically, I guess my advice would be is that if you're looking for a small, cheap compressor, spend a little extra money and don't get one of these. Or I should say, don't buy it from Harbor Freight, that's for sure, because you may end up having the same problem here. I was just really disappointed that even Harbor Freight just didn't, step up to the plate. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, thumbs down to Harbor Freight. You guys, you were kind of my go-to things for cheap and quick stuff. But now that the one time I pulled the trigger and pay extra for it, you know, you're kind of leaving me hanging. So I'm going to fix it. I got all the parts. I went to the local, and I want to throw out my kudos to True Value Hardware. These guys actually had, this is the correct bolt. They have the correct bolt. I was able to get the tap, which I have here somewhere. This is the correct tap with the thread pitch. This is, since this is metric, they don't use threads per inch. They use, let me see if I can find the package. It's M10 by 1.5 pitch, being a metric. So this is probably the most expensive piece I had. The bolt was all of, I think, $1.18, and the tap was like $9. And I know that I had to heat the bolt to get it out. I suspected it had some, you could actually see a white little bit of thread locker on there. So I bought some wimpy thread locker. My old thread locker dried up, so I bought another one of these. So almost $17 in repair parts to fix my $150 compressor. So anyway, let me put it back together. Okay, I've reattached the arm with the new bolt. We have some Loctite on there, and then this also acts as like a little bearing. So what I did was I put some light grease on there. Sometimes even this will work. Don't have to be real heavy grease for that. So it's all together. I just plugged it in, and now we're just gonna see if it's gonna blow up in my face or what. I really should have the top on this, but this is only for testing purposes only. Whoop, I just went to turn it on, the whole switch came out. All right, hold on. And as you can see, the gauge is already starting to come up on pressure. So it's all good to go. Okay. And it's going to blow the dust out of another radio on another day. Look at that coming up. So, it's fixed. Not exactly an old radio, but you know, I have the skill set that I can do this kind of thing. When I saw that broken off, I said, let me take a whack at fixing it. So, anyway, kudos to True Value Hardware, and thumbs down to Harbor Freight for leaving me hanging. So I guess my only advice is don't buy an air compressor or probably any expensive item from Harbor Freight unless you plan on getting an extended warranty plan, which usually are just a rip-off anyway. So anyway, that's the story, and thanks for watching. Bye!
200X gives you premium ingredients at regular price.
New Sunoco 200X gives extra mileage.
Up to 19 more miles per tank full.
200X gives you premium ingredients at regular price.
New Sunoco 200X gives you extra engine protection.
Can mean longer life for your car.
Yes, new Sunoco Blend 200X gives you extra power, extra mileage, extra engine protection.
200X gives you premium ingredients at regular price. Sunoco, Sunoco.
200X, exceptional.